Welcome to The Explainer. We are standing right at the edge of a massive cinematic shift in the world of technology. For the last couple of years, we've all been completely fascinated by AI that can talk to us. But right now, at this exact moment, that era is ending. We're moving out of the age of chatbots and entering the matrix of autonomous AI agents. We're talking about agents that don't just chat, but actually do the work for you. Let's dive into the hidden architecture of how work is about to change forever.
To get a sense of just how insanely fast this is moving, we have to look at a massive recent leak. Just a little while ago, someone unpacked the Apple Support app and found a hidden file called Claude.md sitting right inside. Apple completely panicked and shipped a hotfix within hours, but hey, the internet never forgets, right? What this file revealed is that Apple's top engineers aren't just typing questions into a browser. They used this markdown file to feed their entire institutional knowledge, stuff like coding standards, architecture rules, internal bug ticket formats, directly into their AI. It basically acts as an onboarding document, so the AI shows up already knowing their project. It proves we've moved far beyond basic chatbots into a world of embedded, context-aware systems.
Section 1. The Era of AI Agents.
Now, what's really interesting here is the sheer contrast between the old paradigm and the new one. On one side, we have the traditional assistant. You type a prompt, it answers, you copy-paste the text, it just sits there and waits for you. But on the other side, we have the new agentic paradigm, represented by tools like Claude Code. You give it a goal, and it actively reads your files, runs terminal commands, fixes bugs, and even opens pull requests completely autonomously. It's the difference between an AI that just gives you advice and an AI that actually rolls up its sleeves and does the heavy lifting.
And here's the kicker. This stuff isn't locked away behind some massive corporate paywall. Anthropic quietly dropped an entire open-source agent arsenal right on GitHub. We're talking about 5 repositories that quickly gathered over 230,000 stars. They literally gave away 17 official agent skills, orchestration cookbooks, interactive prompt bootcamps, and quick starts for building things like autonomous financial analysts or customer support bots. They've effectively handed anyone with a Wi-Fi connection the free building blocks to spin up their own autonomous digital workforce.
Section 2. Agents need boring tools.
So, to understand how these incredible futuristic agents actually coordinate with each other, let's define a crucial concept you're going to be hearing a lot about: Agent Substrate. This is the underlying digital infrastructure providing state, ownership, permissions, and history for an AI to operate. Think about it. An AI has a limited context window, right? It forgets things. To do real multi-day work, an agent needs a place to track what's happening, who owns what, and what the dependencies are. Ironically, the very things humans need to coordinate work across time zones are exactly what agents need to not hallucinate.
When you map this out, boring issue trackers are suddenly the most valuable real estate in AI. Tools like Jira or Linear score incredibly high as an agent substrate. Why? Because they have a strict state machine, explicit ownership, and a queryable history of every single action. Contrast that with Slack. Slack has no state, and ownership is just kind of inferred from messy human conversations. If your company's data lives purely in chaotic Slack threads, your AI agents are going to struggle big time. They absolutely need the legibility of a boring issue tracker to function properly.
Section 3. AI in native applications.
So, what happens when these agents leave the command line and jump straight into the software we use every single day? Well, we're witnessing a massive paradigm shift. You no longer have to leave your creative application to go use a chatbot. The AI is coming to your tool. Claude is now natively connected inside 3D modeling software like Blender and Autodesk Fusion. It's inside Adobe. It's inside music production tools like Ableton and even Meta Ads. You keep full control of your creative environment, but the agent acts as your co-pilot, manipulating the software directly alongside you. This gives small, lean teams the massive leverage to basically do the work of entire departments.
To show you just how powerful this is, let's look at a true story from our sources that absolutely blew my mind. A Thai content creator known as Chidab, who had zero formal coding background, wanted to build a custom social network for his book community. So he outlined his concept to Claude in natural language. Claude autonomously generated a front-end interface and connected it to a Superbase database backend. In a matter of minutes, a fully functional social network called BookFeed was launched. What used to be this impossible task, requiring thousands of dollars and months of development, turned into a 2-minute reality. He was even pushing live feature updates to the platform in real time, literally just by chatting with the AI.
Section 4.
open source, and hybrid models.
Now, this kind of power used to be locked up by massive tech conglomerates, but that wall has completely shattered. The gap between closed corporate AI and open source AI is just gone. We're now seeing models like DeepSeek v4, a massive 1.6 trillion parameter open source model boasting a 1 million token context window. And at the exact same time, you have highly optimized local models like Qwen2b40b running natively on standard laptops, outperforming trillion parameter legacy giants from just 2 years ago. Massive world-class brain power is now totally free and entirely decentralized. Okay, let's dive into this, because this right here is where the magic really happens, combining these systems. You don't have to choose between a great agent and a great brain anymore. You can just wire them together. In a few simple steps, you can install Anthropic's Claude Code Agent framework, but change its environment variables so its base URL routes to DeepSeek's open source API instead. You map the complex, heavy lifting logic to DeepSeek v4 Pro and the rapid, simple subtasks to DeepSeek v4 Flash. So you get Anthropic's brilliant multi-step agent workflow powered entirely by an unthrottled open source brain. It's the ultimate hybrid playbook.
Section 5. The Billion-Dollar Wars.
With open source moving this fast and AI agents automating massive chunks of human labor, the stakes at the top have quite literally never been higher. Remember earlier when we talked about boring tools being the perfect agent substrate? Well, Atlassian, the maker of Jira, is currently valued at roughly $40 billion. And recently, serious rumors started swirling that Anthropic might actually be considering acquiring them. A few years ago, an AI lab buying an issue tracker would sound completely insane. But today, it makes perfect sense. Whoever owns the issue tracker owns the literal map of how global enterprise work gets done. They own the history, the permissions, and the workflows. That data is absolutely priceless for an AI company trying to deploy enterprise agents.
But honestly, even that valuation is nothing compared to the legal wars raging right now. Elon Musk has filed a staggering $130 billion lawsuit against OpenAI, alleging they betrayed their founding nonprofit principles. But during the trial proceedings, an incredibly revealing detail actually emerged. When questioned by OpenAI's lawyers, Musk partially admitted in court that his own AI company, xAI, utilized a technique called distillation on OpenAI's models to help train their competitor model, Grok. It's a colossal, complex legal battle where the world's most powerful tech leaders are fighting tooth and nail over the future architecture of AI.
And behind all that software hardware is the ultimate bottleneck. Every major AI lab is almost completely dependent on NVIDIA chips, which are heavily backordered right now. To maintain control over their development timelines, companies are hedging their bets. Anthropic has quietly started sourcing AI chips directly from a UK startup, trying to bypass the NVIDIA bottleneck entirely. In this space, compute equals control. If you don't have the hardware, your agents don't run. It's really that simple.
Section 6. Adapt or be replaced. We've covered the macro trends, the multi-billion-dollar lawsuits, and the massive open-source breakthroughs. But what does all this mean for you, watching this explainer right now? Well, the strategy for the top 1% of AI users is shifting rapidly. You must transition from being an AI operator, someone just manually typing prompts, to an AI manager. You do this by setting up systems and sub-agents. For example, utilizing open-source community skills like Caveman, which literally forces the AI to speak with extreme brevity. This saves context tokens, stops the AI from hallucinating by over-explaining, and drastically lowers your cognitive load as you manage multiple autonomous agents working in parallel.
And this brilliantly illustrates a stark reality. As one of our sources so perfectly put it, AI won't replace you. A person using AI will. The competition isn't just human versus human anymore. It's humans leveraging autonomous agent workflows versus humans who are still ignoring the shift.
The tools are completely free. The open-source brains are readily available. The agent frameworks have been totally open-sourced. So I'll leave you with this final thought. As the matrix of work fundamentally shifts from chatting in a browser to delegating real work to autonomous agents, are you building the infrastructure to manage your new workforce? Or are you still just typing a prompt and waiting for a reply?